I'm going to say something that a lot of people probably want to say, but they don't have the balls to say it. But I'm going to say it for you. Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback in the NFL. Okay, like, he's better than Mahomes, better than Joe Burrow, and better than Josh Allen. How is he better than Patrick Mahomes? He hasn't won a Super Bowl. If we're going off pure talent, Lamar Jackson may be the most talented quarterback in NFL history. There's not a single quarterback that has the ability that Lamar has as a runner with his athleticism and how fast he is and how elusive he is in the open field, and also has the precision as a passer that Lamar Jackson has. This dude is really accurate. He's been one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the National Football League this year. And there's not a single throw that Patrick Mahomes can make that Lamar Jackson can't make himself. Like, this whole argument that it's Patrick Mahomes and everybody else has always been bullshit to me. Like, y'all act like Patrick Mahomes hasn't lost in the playoffs before. Like, I saw Joe Burrow beat Patrick Mahomes in Arrowhead and go to a Super Bowl and nearly win that thing, but got let down because he had a bad offensive line. If Lamar Jackson had, the teams that Mahomes had in Kansas City, he would have won the Super Bowl also. Like, if you would have swapped Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, you put Patrick Mahomes on the Ravens, Lamar Jackson on the Chiefs with Andy Reid, Prime Kelsey, and Tyreek Hill for great offensive line, they would have won those Super Bowls also. Like, this whole narrative that Mahomes is the best QB in the game and nobody's on his level, like, I've always felt has been false. Like, the talent at the quarterback position in today's NFL has never been better. All right, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson are all good as what Mahomes is. The only difference is that they're as good as what Mahomes is in their own different ways. And Lamar Jackson, if we are comparing him and Mahomes, he's just more talented based on the fact that he's just way more athletic. And he can do a lot more than what Mahomes can. Like, Mahomes is a great thrower of the football. He is. He's like one of the best throwers ever, bro. Like, he can do all kinds of crazy shit throwing the football, but so can Lamar. We saw plenty of games when Lamar Jackson has ran around and he's made throws from different arm angles, all platform throws. Like, the whole narrative that Lamar Jackson is not a good passer, he's a running back, like, you got to get rid of that. You got to put that head rate down, and you need to get it out your system because it's blurring your vision. It's affecting how you view Lamar Jackson. Like, it was somebody who called him quarterback. I was like, bro, like, what the fuck are they talking about? Quarterback? What the hell does that even mean? Like, Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. You see, like, what Lamar Jackson had to go to or had to go through having to play with teams that had less talent in the playoffs is the same thing that Patrick Mahomes is about to experience this year in the playoffs, and guess where he's going to be headed? Not to the Super Bowl. He's at best going to be going to the divisional round. If they make it to the conference championship game, cool, but they're not making it to the Super Bowl. They're not. You want to know why? Because he doesn't have a good offensive line, and he doesn't have a good group of wide receivers. Lamar Jackson, this is the best supporting cast that he's ever had. To go far in the playoffs, you need to have a good offensive line, and you need to have good receivers. He's never had that until this season. He's had good offensive lines, but he's never had the weapons. And plus, he has a great offensive coordinator now. You see, like, I get tired of everybody who just dicks ride Patrick Mahomes, bro. Like, Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback, but the gap between him and everybody else is not that big, bro. Like, Lamar Jackson is a winner. Like, this is what people leave out about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is the sole reason John Harbaugh is still the head coach in Baltimore. Y'all forget Lamar Jackson's rookie season, the Ravens season was going in the wrong direction. Joe Flacco got hurt, and Lamar Jackson came in, and he went 6-1 as a starter, led them to the playoffs. And ever since then, what does he do year 2? He wins NFL MVP. The Ravens have the 1 seed. Like, every single year Lamar Jackson is healthy, the Ravens are always in the conversation for the number 1 seed in the AFC. This dude is what? 20-1 against the NFC? Like, this dude is so dominant, and people just overlook it because we say Mahomes is better because he has more championships. Like, championships don't define how good you are as a player when it comes to a skill set level. There's been plenty of quarterbacks who've won Super Bowls who haven't been that talented. Joe Flacco has a Super Bowl, but is prime Joe Flacco better than prime Lamar Jackson? No. Like, Super Bowls and championships are not individual accomplishments. They are team accomplishments. You need a good team to win the championship. Although having a great quarterback improves your chances of winning a Super Bowl, you still need to have the talent in place to do it. Like, Tom Brady wasn't winning Super Bowls with nobody. Like, he had Gronk, he had Bill Belichick, he had great defenses, he always had a great offensive line. Like, bro, like, Lamar Jackson is the best QB in the NFL right now, bro, and you can't tell me otherwise. Like, there's nothing that Patrick Mahomes can do that Lamar Jackson can't do, but there are things that Lamar Jackson can do that Patrick Mahomes can't. You think do you think that Patrick Mahomes can make the kind of crazy runs and plays that Lamar can? Absolutely not, because he doesn't possess Lamar Jackson's athleticism, bro. Like, people are so blinded about the whole postseason narrative about Lamar Jackson. Oh, Lamar Jackson always falls in the playoffs. Like, I've seen Patrick Mahomes lose playoffs games. Okay, like, I've seen Patrick Mahomes lose in the Super Bowl not having a good offensive line. Y'all seem to forget that Buccaneers versus Kansas City Super Bowl when the Buccaneers clobbered them. Like, everybody seems to forget about that. Like, it's so annoying trying to tell people how Lamar Jackson is just as good as Mahomes, and all people want to say is, well, Mahomes has 2 Super Bowls. So what? He's been in a better position than what Lamar Jackson has been, bro. Like, Lamar Jackson is going to win it all this year. He is. And when he gets it done, everybody in the media, you know what they're going to do? Everybody all of a sudden is going to say, Lamar Jackson is just as good as Mahomes. You want to know why? Because people in the media craft their narratives about how good a player is based on if they have a Super Bowl or not. And having a Super Bowl doesn't equate to just pure raw skill. If we're going to go pure raw, fuck the Super Bowls, bro. Like, if you're listening to this right now, I want you to just think about this whole Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson argument without bringing up rings. And you tell me who's better. Rings aside, like championships, postseason accolades aside, like, you tell me who's the more talented player. Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson? It's pretty evident who is. It's Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson may be the greatest quarterback or the most talented quarterback in the history of this game. There's not a single quarterback that's ever played this game that's had the passing ability of Lamar mixed with the rushing ability. He already is the greatest dual threat quarterback in NFL history. Like, he's better than Michael Vick. He's better than Cam Newton. He's better than Steve McNair. He's better than Randall Cunningham. Like, Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback in the game right now. He is. And this is going to be a bold take. This is going to get a lot of controversy, but I felt this way about Lamar Jackson ever since 2020. You feel me? Like, I know, like, he doesn't have a lot of postseason success, and a lot of the other things do kind of define you as a player. But based on, you know, just raw talent and skill, Mahomes is better than Mahomes. Mahomes is not better than Lamar. He's not. Like, Lamar Jackson, if he was to run a 40, he runs a 4.28. Like, you couple that with how well he throws the football, bro. Like, Mahomes can't hold a candlestick to Lamar Jackson, bro. Exactly. Like, somebody in the comment section just said Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls. Championships don't define how good you are from a talent standpoint as a player. Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback in the NFL. And I can't wait to upload this as a one-off segment. Like, I love Mahomes. He's good, but if I was starting a franchise right now, I'm going for Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a winner. He saved John Harbaugh's job. He is 20-1 against the NFC. This dude is a winner too. Like, when he's healthy, the Baltimore Ravens are always in the conversation for the 1 seed. Hell, they won the 1 seed this year. Why is that? If Mahomes is so great and Mahomes is so better than Lamar Jackson, why don't the Chiefs have the 1 seed? Oh, well, JT, he doesn't have a great offensive line. He doesn't have a great wide receiver group. Well, what about Lamar Jackson the last 3 years prior to this one? He never had great receivers. He didn't have a Tyreek Hill. He had Mark Andrews. That was it. Like, come on, bro. Like, Lamar Jackson went to the 1 seed with Marquise Brown being his best option at wide receiver. Like, the whole narrative that people are making about Mahomes and how he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that, you make that same argument for Lamar Jackson. You make that same argument for why Joe Burrow lost in the Super Bowl to the LA Rams. If Joe Burrow had a lead offensive line in that Super Bowl against the Rams, he'll be a Super Bowl champion right now. You see, like, I'm not about to wait for Lamar Jackson to win the Super Bowl to finally say he's better than Mahomes. I'm just going to say it right now. He's a more talented quarterback than what Patrick Mahomes is. There's not a single thing that Patrick Mahomes can do that Lamar Jackson can't do. But Patrick Mahomes can't do the shit that Lamar Jackson does, bro. Like, with his athleticism, how he's a threat to take it to the house anytime he runs with the football. Like, when you have to game plan for Lamar Jackson, you damn near have to change your whole scheme around Lamar Jackson. Because that's just how dynamic he is as a quarterback. Like, this dude may go down as the most gifted, most talented quarterback in the history of the game. Like, I really can't wait for Lamar Jackson to win a Super Bowl, bro. Like, Lamar Jackson is just as good as Patrick Mahomes. And there's somebody in the comment section saying Lamar Jackson is sweet, though, but his passing game is questionable. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean his passing game is questionable, bro? Like, he has one of the highest completion percentages in the NFL this year. He's making hella throws downfield. Like, the only reason Lamar Jackson's passing ability hasn't been on full display is because he's been with an offensive coordinator in the past that doesn't specialize in the passing aspect of the offense. Todd Monken has elevated Lamar Jackson's game to a level that we've never seen before. Like, the Ravens never did half the shit they are doing this season throwing the football that they've done in the past with Greg Roman calling plays. Like, Lamar Jackson can make all the throws that Mahomes can make. And there are a lot of runs that Lamar Jackson can make that Patrick Mahomes can't. Like, Lamar Jackson, to me, is better than Patrick Mahomes. Or at least on the same level. But to me, if I was building a team right now, I would take Lamar Jackson over Patrick Mahomes.